Everything here is immediately followed by sarcastic comments and nasty responses.
Yep, we're finally where we belong.
And don't think we don't know how to weed them out.
Put a chick in it, make her gay. Put a chick in it, make her name it gay.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
That's all, brother. I had it.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
It's very good. Well, if you can't get out of it, get into it.
Welcome to Inside the Badger Den with the Angry Badger and Mr.Techrat.
The power of one, the power of two, the power of many fucking joints I had to smoke to get through this week. Jesus Christ. Welcome all, of course, to the 26th episode of Inside the Badger Den. Well, I won't ask to get to 5,000. We're on to new goal, 10,000. Thank you, drinker. Before that, though, Mr. Techrat, hello.
What's good? Congratulations. You did a thing last night, and I don't know. Okay, there's 19 people here. You had to have been part of the 24,000 people watching this bastard last night. Talk some good stuff. It was very good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Any high points for you?
Theory, the entire theory conversation, of which I entirely forgot that 24,000 people were watching us debate whether the Force was magic or whether magic was a separate entity. And by the way, entity, whatever. I'm glad. I think we resolved that at the end. The Force is the Force, of course. And bro,
Smash.
hey, hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Smash JT. We got to look excited there. For 5, congrats on 5K. Thank you, Smash. Thank you, sir. Of course, Mercunti's favorite target. What do you do?
I mean,
Handsome,
I hope everything's
straight,
going well.
Heteronormative male. Of course she feels threatened and would attack him. Thank you, Smash. Appreciate it, man. Probably talk about a little something about you later on, but all in a positive light, of course. A fellow brother on the YouTubes in the fight against those gaming urinalists and DEI. Everything is going just well. That's all right then. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who was there last night, and Chris Gore, who we're best friends now. So you will see me on the. In all seriousness, we bonded by making an awkward space FBI. Granted, we did it on separate shows. But space FBI jokes about Star Wars. But yeah, no. So I will be on the Star Wars eulogy on, I believe, July 17th.
I can't wait. Tell me you already have an outfit picked out.
Oh, I'm gonna, of course, I'm gonna have to get black Jedi robes. Because he said wear black, so I'm gonna have to get some black Jedi robes, which maybe they don't exist. That makes me no. I'm just kidding. Of course, black. You can wear. It's forbidden. It's not forbidden. It's frowned upon. But I'd be a rebel, so I'd probably wear some black robes. Shout out. Yeah, sons, thank you. All right. Should we start getting in? I don't expect much to show up because a couple people are still alive. I think Cobra Cast's still going. So let's start off back at the beginning of the week before the 5,000. And we had the glorious Graybeards together. Let's go back. Acolyte. This was the week that we all knew was coming. The episode 3, which some parts I really liked in the sense that, like, wow, this is like such an impressive destruction that even I couldn't have written this. Like, obviously, the power of 1, 2, 3. That's an impressive level of destruction. Like, they're not even pretending to make their own. And so we got Gary, of course, doing one of several videos. Just gonna watch like the first 30 seconds just to get the tone of what we all went through this week.
No. Okay.
Well, Anakin just killed a whole Death Star. How many people died on that?
I mean, the best parts about Star Wars is there is no good or evil. It depends on what side you're standing on.
What are you, stupid?
People have been talking to me online about how Darth Vader is such a bad person. It's very clear, and it's very well established from those actions. But you can't look and see that Anakin blowing up the Death Star possibly killed millions and millions of people. I'm going to get in trouble for saying that.
Oh,
right now.
Oh my god, I can't believe you just said that. I feel like Star Wars is very like patriarchal. So
You get the idea. That's what led to chanting, by the way, is that whole sentiment that it was patriarchal, because of course never had any women in Star Wars before. So moving right along, because we love to cover all the new influences that happen with all the new games, all the new DEI requirements, on purpose or forced. This is one. So the new Prince of Persia, that's what your new prince looks like. Very manly, right?
You can step away from Star Wars the way you have. I'll step away from Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia died when they made a feature film.
You don't like the feature film? Hey, at least he got a tan. At least he was
died with.
That's the real thing.
It's okay, but after that, I didn't enjoy anything else.
It's a bit of a jump, isn't it? I would be like, oh, so why does he have hoop earrings? It seems like when you're jumping around, like I get that this might be. So the cope and the reasoning here is that this is all based on ancient Persian artwork, and it's like, okay,
that's a woman with a beard.
It might. There's certain things that even if they might be classically correct in these modern times, it's taken a certain way, and yeah, I need someone to tell me
That ain't no woman. It's a man.
Does look a little womanish, and I would take the one on the left. I'd take the Jake Gyllenhaal. What's up, Crusoe? The lesbian tint. Yeah, we're gonna be seeing that a long time coming, unfortunately. I don't know. I would have just preferred. Did you ever play these? Did you ever play this?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying this specific one.
Okay. Being someone who had the PS1 and 2 and 2 different PSPs, I played quite a bit of Prince of Persia. I
have an affinity only because I know that that's like they were going to remake it, and then that's actually what the first Assassin's Creed came out of. Was a Prince of Persia remake. Yeah, I know.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, I liked Warrior. Was it Warrior Within? There was a couple of good. I guess it was edgy at the time. Now it would just be like Jesus. I mean, he did have mascara on. That is classic. They loved mascara back then. I've been reliably informed. Modern audience formers, tourists. Yeah, well, the problem is that modern audience does exist. It's just it's a lot smaller, as we're seeing with every time they try to replace us with it.
People are seeing it so much more. Reviews and tweets about people who have seen the movie already for the new Crow. Vomit on screen. So
Did we think that was gonna go any other way?
I know, but it's just more proof that the pudding is bad, man.
Yeah,
gotta stop.
It sort of is the same with Star Wars. It's like we can't even expect, like, I remember with Ahsoka, I was thinking like, well, maybe I'll get good lightsaber fights. No, I mean, yeah, you can cope with the Anakin, and yes, that is the one thing is I do like. I said it too, but maybe not with the same enthusiasm as she did.
He vatored.
So I'll take my Luke, my Skinwalker Luke at the end of Mandalorian season 2, and I'll take my Hayden Christensen cameos. But everything else, it was just wildly disappointing, and you can't even expect them to do it right. I don't know. It just means that anything they get their hands on is doomed for failure. First, I don't trust that they've actually played or watched anything they say they've gotten their hands on. Like every time Leslie talks about she likes all the Star Wars, I'm like, can you just walk me through what happens in one of them, beat for beat? Know that you didn't just like watch a trailer. Same thing with this. Dear God, same thing with this. Trying to get her hands on Knights of the Republic.
Protect it.
Hell. Yeah, see? I guess you are. And here, type something in chat so I know it's not you too, because I never see you guys at the same place, but here we are.
I don't understand.
Mr.Techrat. What's going on with all the rats?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Rat killer. I give a rat's ass, but the rats are an up and coming identification group. I support it. I support that. I don't support this. Yeah. If you know anything about Knights of the Old Republic and you know anything about Kreia, you know that her views on the Force specifically would be ripe ripe for someone to for like Leslie to come in and completely subvert it and really, I mean, it's already sort of a perverse view of the Force as it is, but then really fucking ramp it and apply it to like modern day stuff.
I don't know much about the series, but I can tell you that I know I don't want her to do anything with it. You've got your own show. Do whatever you want with that.
Yeah, well, not do whatever you want with it, because whatever you want with it was do immaculate twin baby conception, which invalidates the prophecy of the Force and Anakin. But yeah.
But by that tone, isn't them doing whatever they want, even if it's something that's stupid, just digging their own hole faster?
You know what's funny is this is the thing when we're talking about all these, even if you were competent, it would be super hard to adapt this into live action. I was still catching up on Geeks and Gamers in the morning, 2 hours. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. And did you watch it? Say Jeremy and Ryan must have got inspired by my nerd battle with Theory, because they had a mom and dad fight about the Clone Wars and whether it was feminist propaganda. It was a good one.
I didn't catch that today, but I saw it yesterday when I gave a measly super chat, and I saw that. Jeremy said Angry Badger's good people and may be on soon.
I don't know if he said soon. He said
here's what
enough. And it was good. Yeah, no. They were talking about adapting like a Mandalorian Jedi War, a Jedi versus Sith, and I was thinking, man, even under the we'll get to that later, just because like an R-rated Star Wars might be on the table for first. I don't fucking think Ryan likes anyone, but he didn't get mad at me. He laughed at least one thing I said, so that's enough. I'll take it.
That's a Ryan cannot win.
Yeah, but because Jeremy is funny, but he gets a point that he's trying to make in his head and he repeats it. And then even if Ryan like is addressing a different part of that, he repeats the same thing. And then that makes Ryan frustrated, which leads him to be like, motherfucker, which I can relate to.
I was going to say, so what are we talking about, right? The drum magazine?
By the way, the same thing. Yeah. The same energy of that argument too. The same thing happened. Ryan feels the same way about I do about the, her calling it the thread. It's like, it's just another word. And she even described it sort of the same way. So yeah, if you know that OG lore, you find different. And that was actually a good perspective while we're on this, is Jeremy explaining that like, oh yeah, I didn't even think of the fact that like most people that never watch Clone Wars, never read any EU, just watch the movies would be like, what the fuck is a Force witch?
Did you see somebody's comment?
Didn't even think of that. No,
I think it was on FNT. Someone said, of course they call it the thread because lesbians like to sew.
That was great. The tampon joke with the trailer that they made. But yeah, I mean, that's what his dates always say as well. I mean, he lasts longer than 38 seconds. I also have it on good authority. Not really though. Yeah, please don't touch KOTOR. I almost want to beg her, like, please. Can you just not, if you ruined it all, well, can you leave just a little KOTOR for us, please? Because you know she'll make, Nerd Boys isn't watching, so you know she'll make Revan female, which will then invalidate Bastila Shan's descendants, and so long, Theron Shan, and Satele Shan, bye, you don't exist anymore.
I was going to say, you're saying things that they don't even know about.
I know. They're from the Knights of the Old Republic MMO. They're characters.
Yeah, but they'll make a show about it with not knowing any of those characters.
Although what Dave Filoni does is we'll just take it, we'll adapt it, and we'll pretend it didn't exist. You know, George wanted Ahsoka to die, but I said no because he's a doddering old man, and I know what's best.
Well, he didn't say that last part, but I think he feels it. And Atton is an idiot, to be fair, but he's a lovable idiot, but he is a fucking idiot. And you're talking to someone who's played those games a billion times, turns him into a Jedi. I played the Sith Lord's Restoration Project. He's a fucking idiot, but he's a lovable idiot. You know, yes. Kreia Mitra Surik, my Mitra Surik, my Jedi exile, always likes the Atton one. I always ship them, and then the other ones are fucking idiot. The disciple, he's a himbo. I shamelessly steal Ryan's impersonation of fucking Filoni. Just saying. Any chance that if it comes on Game Pass, you will be playing Suicide Squad, Kill Justice League?
I don't even think for funsies.
That's what I was thinking. Is like even for funsies, if it comes out for free.
I'll do Assassin's Creed, but I will not do this.
So they're not even going to pretend. Like I know, Very hard to find pictures of Mrs. Freeze. I could. It's whatever, because they're starting to DMCA people doing it. So that was real, but basically they're stopping it. Some bare bones support, definitely not as much as they'd originally planned, and that's like basically the concurrent numbers. It's bad.
They said they're gonna run through the first like season, right? Like the first track of stuff they had, and then they're just done.
No, it was a tranny, Mr. Freeze, but Miss Freeze. Yeah, so they're gonna finish out their first season pass.
Yeah.
So we probably will get trans Mr. Freeze, Mrs. Freeze.
And
they
I
look
think
Asian for some reason.
Deathstroke was the last one, the final one.
Is it? I have not seen that one. That would be. Let's see. Maybe they'll get another. Maybe they'll get to 300 people watching at a time or playing at a time. And yeah, this was just the other one. This was sort of related. Didn't make a video about it, but we talked about it on streams those days. The Bloomberg. I'm not going to say his name, but he claiming that Sweet Baby Inc. had nothing to do at all. All the stories we did, Brutus Rambo and the Sweet Baby Inc. Detected, all that had nothing to do with Suicide Squad failing. Would you believe? Would you believe? And Sweet Baby Inc. certainly had nothing to do with it. Shocking, I know. Let me see.
I call bullshit.
You think? That sounds like a sex move you'd try. Selfish lover. The stroke of death. Yeah. So because they can't acknowledge that we have that much power, even though Brutus Rambo's, it has to be going. It's over 400,000 followers at this point, and he also has DEI detected, and I think obviously Smash JT has Kotaku detected, and that shit is growing by the day. All right, this one got me by surprise and actually made me do a little journaling of myself. And no, not writing about my feelings after school or a date, like journalisming, but like the actual journal. I had to do research and look to make sure that what I was seeing was correct. What's one of our favorite Gina Davis movies?
Oh, man. Okay. Obviously, the first one I'm going to shout out is Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah. That's what I was
badass, strong female. Yeah.
So I've known for a while, like I just chalked it up to like, oh, she's just just Hollywood, of course. She cares about DEI and representation. She's saying all the things, but in her talking about it, and specifically the starting of 20 years ago, it led to seeing her foundation. And when you read it, it's like, this is what Sweet Baby Inc. is. This is what Sweet Baby Inc. is, except for the film industry. Back in 2004, only 11%. And by the way, here's the other thing. A lot of this is in and of itself noble, and if done right and correctly, I would have no problem with it. It would be just fine. The problem is it's so fucking rarely done correctly. It very rarely leads to well-developed, fully realized characters that aren't stereotypes, that don't exist just to be a checkbox. So I'm fully like ready to believe that that's why I'm still looking into exactly what movies she was involved with. But to see her is, in her own words, back in 2004, only 11% of family films had female leads. Our latest data shows we've reached gender parity for leads in family films and kids TV in the USA. So the mission accomplished on that part. Men, women have, as far as they're concerned, 50-50 roles. Now they're going to move on to the fact that those men and women aren't gay enough, black enough, old enough, or disabled enough, is essentially what it is. And that's what the institute that she has works with, to enhance on-screen diversity and ensure nuanced portrayals. But that's exactly what Kim Belair says that her Canadian guilty mixed race group says, So of course the Canadians, no offense, my Canadians, but of course the mixed race Canadians who call themselves colonists and live on indigenous land, they know all about South Central black, basically, people, to use a better term, because melanation is the determination for your knowledge of the entire. Oh, same skin color? What do you know? Polish people, I clearly would know everybody the same skin color for the most part. Let me get out of the sun for a couple of days. And
I think, unfortunately, you and I could write better for urban folk than they could.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the point, is Well, they don't. It is interesting where they push for equity, and yeah, unfortunately, it's more and more, and that's that Abram X Kennedy of the only answer to past discrimination is current and ongoing discrimination, and he said that shit without smiling. Ack, brother, what's going on? Pleasure to have you here. Yeah, she was in Beetlejuice long because she's been a bunch of great shit. And again, look. As someone who has been on with Bo DeMeo, who made a bunch of videos, did not think was going to be great, that X-Men 97 was going to be filled and every character was going to be ruined, and that Scott was a straight white male, that he would be destroyed. Quite the opposite. Now, do I have my issues with him making decisions with Morph and Wolverine's relationship? Yeah. Did I bring it up to him on stream and he explained it and then admitted that he might have read that, have been guilty of putting his own things onto it? That's all I need. I'm rather simple. That's all I need is an explanation. So I'm very willing to believe that Gina has had some of the best movies and some of the best characters were all a part of her. And it really was for all the best reasons. The problem is that most of the time when you have these, we're going to go on to talk about a little bit of Elon Musk. Every time he brings it, it's very hard to create art when you're constantly thinking about skin color, sexuality, disability, blah, blah, blah,
because you're more worried about whether you check the boxes than actually writing the story.
And it turns out when you write the story, those characters, when done right, as long as you yourself aren't a bigot, those characters get written naturally. For example, on I don't think it was the pre-FND. It was I think it was one of the Badger casts when we were all writing as the chat and ourselves writing what the Acolyte could be. We came up with that whole serial killer coming after a Jedi and a Jedi teaming up with a detective and going into the underworlds. We just naturally made the detective a female. We did without even thinking, and made the detective. Now, maybe we had internalized implicit biases that made us. It almost just makes me want to talk in that voice when you start using that verbiage. But yeah, the point is that a lot of those diversities will come out of diverse minds. Isn't it funny how that works? That diverse minds, all on their own, come up with diverse thoughts and characters, and that if you have to force it, much like a relationship, probably shouldn't be happening. I was going to make another sex joke. If you have to force it, it could be a problem. You got to wait. You got to ease into it. Make sure that everyone's ready.
You make a poop reference, not a sex reference.
Depending on your country and how much you pay, they might be one and the same, Fraulein. I want to watch this because everyone memed on it and it got ratioed, but I never actually was able to watch it all the way through. So let's see. Let's pretend. Let's turn off our 2024 goggles and pattern recognition. Autostart got aggressive with me. And let's pretend that finally, because I've played all the Fable games, I love them. Let's look, Rat, we're getting a new Fable game. Let's see what we've been waiting for a decade, okay?
I just want to kick a chicken.
Sure. Chicken kicker number 3.
Oh, right. Jew. So, you want to know all about heroes, do you? Well, you have come to the right place. Because who better to tell you all about them than perhaps the greatest hero of them all? Yeah?
So, retired, gray hair, shout out, brother. Little bloated, not me anymore, and drinking. So, they're doing the older Indiana Jones thing. I wonder if he's divorced.
There he is, in all his finery. Cheers.
They let you do what you wanted. Yeah, but that's the point. Lizard also, it's like, yeah. Let my character go ahead and determine all that, and but then have set characters and all that, but don't make it like a quest where I go around and come out to all my family members and then put up gay pride flags everywhere. You could do a little bit of nuance. It's all right. I think I gave them ideas for a quest.
I mean, sure, you get your mega fans.
You are literally my favorite person.
Your haters.
It's like a fan club, but we hate you.
Your chancers. And the occasional giant toad.
The handsome protagonist.
Reason.
Strong jaw.
It's more than that. It's out the choice.
Yeah, and it's fine. It's fine because look, of course, that's the hairstylist you would have. Where was she going to get that done? They're in medieval times. That's a very natural. Of course, it's great. Yeah. Nothing wrong with it, bigots. Nothing wrong with it.
Wishes you make.
I'm a hero. I should do what I want.
You thought you could save her?
You know, it's your life and death stuff. That's what defines you, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
I have tits.
I was going to say the third game was my actual favorite, especially since I got one of the glitches early on that let you like amass a huge fortune before the time limit. I don't remember how I did it either, too. So I always had a mountain of gold in my throne room, and I was able to tackle problems because you had a decision-making thing where you could choose between helping the kingdom or being selfish, which would protect against a big bad was coming. I had my cake and I ate it, too. I don't think I'm going to have my cake or eat it with this.
Stays with you. I knew this one hero. I took her in when she had nowhere else to go. Welcome to the most exclusive club in all of Albion. Thought I'd get her out there, make the most of her gift.
Bro, that's rough. That's rough. That's I don't know. Yeah, that aside, it looks good. Like it does look good when she was running around.
But you know what it's like when you're young and you have a point to prove. I tell you, this kid, she had it all. The skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right.
She was something else, all right. You know what else she had? My bollocks in a bag.
She was terrifying. So, yeah, I knew this girl once who...
He meant, like, naked. He saw her. He said, oh, she was terrifying.
Made all the wrong choices.
Humphrey. She's back.
It was the move that the dude did in Boba Fett when he did that real aggressive spin, but it was the sword move.
Did anybody make the joke yet? I'm sure they have. I haven't been looking into it. You didn't watch all the Shrek movies, did you?
No, I've seen the first one.
So the bartender was it was like the ugly stepsister. It's basically a dude, like trans. And that's sort of what the character looks like.
Bro, that's my thing. Like, can you just make us just let us have character creators?
Every game.
Star Wars Outlaws, just let us have character creators. You want to push your ugly, mid-looking Kathleen Kennedy inserts or your whatever the hell that was, so you don't offend the trans audience. So you have to make all the, and we'll talk about Perfect Dark in a little bit, look vaguely androgynously male.
Would you be okay if they did that as like that was the main character? However, if you want to do a custom character, you can.
Yeah, because that's what at least Mass Effect lets you do. There was like a main default, but then you get to choose your own character. So yeah, please, dear God, options for the character or for the player is never a
common
bad
ground. The hell you say?
Yeah, well, you can have your kink, just don't put it as the default for all of us.
You stop talking about cake, damn it.
Kink. You fat boy, I said kink. You need to hear sex instead of food.
Did you say cake the first time and kink the second time? Fine.
That's right. Uh-huh.
You can have your cake and
now,
kink it too.
I'm having my cake and I'm kinking it too. I've heard on reliable authority that cake while kinking is in fact good. And yes, cheesecake is my favorite. Channel lore. New Dragon Age of Veilguard characters rejected by players. They've been modern audienced. And yeah, basically everyone said the same shit, that this looked like a Fortnite Overwatch game as far as all the characters they've introduced. And that they went so far as to change this from Dreadwolf to Veilguard because they feel the Veilguard needs to be the focus. But this ain't like Shepard's Suicide Squad from Mass Effect 2 for lack of, like, it ain't that cool ass building a team for a mission. Oh, well, there we go. Speaking of a mission, my mom has been on one all over the internet, all over. People love the Mama Badger. We're not kidding. You are mentioned in private chats amongst the big leagues. They talk about this Mama Badger. Shout out, thank you, mommy. It has been a good week. Throw Rat a cake. Yeah, I'll throw him something. He's gonna come down sometime soon.
Maybe. Nobody can hold me to this, but maybe I will see if I can get a quick guest appearance at 10K from the Mama Badger. We'll see. 10K. Spread the word.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I'll take some cake.
Yeah. Shout out. Gifties. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Erwin, for the gifty emotes that we all got.
Oh, speaking of Erwin, I do want to apologize. I gave him some shit, which we can talk later if you want, but about the fire in episode 3.
Yeah.
I watched it again. Erwin, you should be listening. I'm sorry. It was weird. It shouldn't have happened, but
he's watching Lethal Weapon.
Lethal?
He's watching Lethal Weapon 2, I think. Good. Which, thank God. Tomorrow we'll talk about what he thought of Lethal Weapon 1. And don't worry, it is not it's not a Blazing Saddles. He was not disappointed by it. Hold on, because hey, look at these beautiful white men. Thank you. White adjacent, depending on what we need for like a bank loan or something. But yeah, this is just what they were saying about that Dragon Age, the character reveal. If you either die as Dragon Age or you live long enough to see yourself become Fortnite. Is this what Duncan died? Of course, Duncan was a Grey Warden, one of the characters from the first game. And yeah, this is the main thing, is that that game, much like Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, all that really did was get people to play Arkham series. That is just going to get people to play the first Dragon Age Origin, where, yeah, I think you should. And yeah, where are white women at? He said he didn't laugh at any of it. Man, I didn't get cancer from the first 3 episodes of The Acolyte, but I definitely got a wasting disease from hearing Erwin tell all the things he didn't like about Blazing Saddles. It's sad.
So I was wondering, okay, see, I didn't hear all the details. I was going to say, I wonder if, like, he's enjoying all the action and stuff that we throw at him, but maybe that wasn't his humor. So
maybe he laughed at other things. I think he's just laughed. I think he's just, I don't know. He's seen it in other places. So even though that was the origin, he's seen it. I remember you saying ripped off so many. That's the only thing. That's my cope of why, because it doesn't compute with me any other way. When does Badger become not angry? When he gets to go on open bar, and then for a little bit after that special 38 seconds. And other than that, just internal strife constantly. Yeah, I don't know. You can't force him. You can lead an Erwin to Blazing Saddles, but you can't force him to laugh at it. Something you also can't force people to do, even though ironically Erwin watched this as well.
Oh my God.
You watching Doctor Who?
No, but I was making a short since your video hit over 7,000 earlier.
Oh yeah, that one did. And I'd like to thank funny how the YouTubes work. Yeah, no, that was popping off even before open bar, and then the sudden of turns out when you finally get you suddenly get an influx of like 400 or 500 new subscribers, YouTube starts recommending your videos. So that Doctor Who one popped off. And yeah, it's just about the fact that yes, their main thing that they want to do, as we know, because they don't lie about it, shout out Jim, is that they just want to show it's fine, their gay representation continuously and add in long sloppy kisses, which is fine by me. Fine by me. Doesn't bother me whatsoever. But it bothers everyone else, and that's why no one's fucking watching. That's why no one's watching. And they also told us to touch grass and you know, bigots, etc., which we'll find out later on. It just wasn't a good idea to do that. Yeah, shockingly, I know. All right, moving right along. This is the next one. It's the next one along. Gary. Oh, okay, there we go. Blast. Oh, you know, I saw one of these comments from a fellow Badger. Shut up. Blast Cat Badger.
We're multiplying.
Yeah, well, the rats in the Badger movement is a minority that is going to be louder and louder. My credit card still works, so hello, fellow Badger. I was here first on my 4th channel now. Shout out. Good work. You got an instant sub in reaction to your latest video just for being a real human, not woke. Yeah, no, shout out. Yeah, no, I recognize all the other Badgers that were before me. I think there is actually another one called, it's very close to the Angry Badger, but I passed them. So I claim it. I claim them now, but you, I recognize as a fellow brother Badger. Blast Cat Badger. I do like me some Blast Caps. No, everyone knows that those aren't real Badgers. They're weasel adjacent.
They're Wolverines.
Look it up. The Wolverine. All right, hold on. Let me make sure I
there's also another one, Badger Boy.
Yes. Yes, there are a couple. Hold on. Let me clear out some tabs. Yeah, no, the Badger movement, the rat movement, all the movements. I'm even the bowel movements.
We'll have
all
to
good,
make
all necessary.
Jets versus Sharks kind of like standoff and put all the faces back and forth. Nope, you went the wrong way. Move on.
All right.
Power through.
Here we go. All right.
Oh God. What's your favorite meme name?
This is actually the one that triggered me the most, is this body positive Jedi. But
what's your favorite joke name for him?
Fadawan. Fadawan is the best. Fadawan is the best. Yeah, let's this is the second episode that we got to, because we'd already reacted last week to Drinkers, and so this is the second. He had to split it up in two. Like radiation, he said it was something that needed splitting.
Reviewing the cinematic calamity that is the Acolyte is a bit like being one of those poor guys shoveling radioactive debris off the roof of Chernobyl. You have to limit your exposure time, otherwise it's a one-way trip to Moscow for you, comrades. Anyway, since I've taken it upon myself,
I just want to say, I didn't say that dumb shit. He said that dumb shit. I said that honey badgers are technically not real badgers. They're weasel, and they're in the weasel family. And that's look upable. I don't know if they're wolverines. That's a slander that some rat propaganda. What do you think about that, rat?
Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong. He said, catch me outside. Tried to pull a Mercanti. He's going to back down.
Myself to document the full scale of this disaster piece for as long as my brain and liver can hold up. It's onwards and downwards with episode 2. 30 minutes of TV, which I'm relatively convinced was written by a group of chimpanzees with learning difficulties.
And we can leave it there. I've come to learn with Drinker, he is most upset and offended by his time being wasted, like by whatever has almost called it art, by like any sort of thing, and like his intelligence being insulted. And I think that's also what bothers Mahler the most, is just the sheer idiocy of some of it. But turns out that actually bothered a lot of people.
You know what bothered me too is in that scene right there where it stuck out, where you froze it. She was going to tase her sister, right?
Yeah.
Now we then find out.
I took it that she missed on purpose, but
she missed on purpose. But then we find out that she's such a good person, because I'd have fucking shot my sister if she tried to burn me 16 years ago. But I digress.
Well, I think we would both have reason to possibly go after her. But yeah, no, she definitely do you have a name? Because personally, Fadawan. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Chibi Awachan. Chibi Awachan.
Yeah, you try to get real racist for a joke, and then
Chibi Awachan. I really like the discussion in open bar between you and Theory because of the civilized attitude of both of you. Keep growing, sir. Thank you. And yeah, no, I loved that Theory conversation. I would do that anytime. And even if we get passionate, which is what Henry was saying, Henry Cavill, when they tried to say we were toxic. Yeah, it's funny. Does it really? Shout out to another Badger family. I love it. Dragon Wise for 5. Hookers and blow, titties and blow. Hail Mama Badger. I can fix the MCU. I think because I said no to beer one time, so he just gave me he gave me a double portion of the blow. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's a good place.
That's an adjustment.
I can fix the MCU using their lore. In-game hasn't happened yet. Would you like to know more? I would press 1 to like to know more. I would like to know more. Yeah, no, that's the thing. And I think even Jeremy on Geeks and Gamers said it was like, you can fix all of it. You really could very quickly. You can say it again? Oh, you should have had a comment. Yeah, that's much more creative. You're right. That looks better. Now pretend he didn't say it the first time. Yes. Cool. You always easily try to say this, so it wasn't a debate, but it was shout out. Look, we all have different. I think even Ryan has said that like different parts of it that we know more about. Theory does know a lot, just does know a lot, and I know nowhere near as much as Ryan. Ryan, like off the fly, named a couple of Force sensitive ones that I was like, the which one? Oh yeah, like yeah. Shout out. The Badgers are being strong. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Blast Cat Badger for 5. When you have time, let me know what you think of my Let me know what you think of my reaction to your reaction to the. You did a reaction to my reaction. well, now we've gone
That was Inception.
too surreal. I will check that out. Yes, everyone go check out Blast Cap Badger. Shout out. All right. So yeah, basically Acolyte pissed everyone off and continues to piss everyone off, but confirmed the Acolyte performs worse than Ahsoka, global minutes viewed less than Ahsoka. And they even tried to do a cope thing when it turned out that like, oh bro, even with Ahsoka it was just one episode and they were counting both episodes of the Acolyte as compared to that. So yeah, it was a cope all around. Shout out Lizard, everybody else. Might see you in another stream later for sure. Yeah, I'm sure we'll raid Leon if he's going. The Force is the Force, of course. I don't know what else to tell you. It's I say it and then I think it and it comes out. But yeah, every time they try to say magic this, magic that, he definitely knows a lot. But when you watch Stargriff, he lets Ryan do the EU talking, no shade. No, shout out. And I know you didn't mean any shade because I was trying to think of like, how do I tell him my Star Wars knowledge without saying that I think I know more than him? But I just said like all the things I had read, and that speaks for itself. So yeah, I still need to read like, bro, there's like 240 of those EU books, counting like the New Jedi Order, Fate of the Jedi, and then like, so I've read all of like the prequel stuff and the stuff right after, you know, the OT stuff and some of the, you know, Jedi Academy stuff. But then somewhere along New Jedi Order, I stopped reading them, and then then obviously Disney bought and they said, hey, you know, all that shit that you were reading, don't bother. It doesn't count anymore. And then I super black pilled, and I'm only now coming back to reading to like, man, I should have never let them do that to me. Star Wars is Star Wars. Disney Star Wars is Disney Star Wars. So I'm going to be getting eventually, oh God, I could hear Erwin feel a disturbance in the forest and say, no, eventually I will be trying to find those books, even if it's digitally, so I can read them, or the audiobooks, because the audiobooks are always really good with like music and sound effects. And
when
shit.
you whipped out your book for theory, I was laughing my ass off.
I'm not going to, I got it.
No,
I got the book. I was going to lean down and got it. Yeah, I got it. Sons of Dathomir. Yeah, I got it. It was like $14. Remember in the Clone Wars when Maul, you know, Sidious comes and fights Maul and his brother Savage or Savage, whatever the fuck. And then he takes him. He's like, I have plans for you. That's what that comic covers. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it's Disney canon, but look, there's a cool dude. Even he, like once you separate it, once you separate yourself, you divorce yourself from it, then you can maybe find some things to like. And not everything is written. It's not like it's all written by Filoni. Sometimes actual fans sneak in. So, hold on, sorry. Solo had twins in the books, Jaina and Jason, and obviously Jaina would have been great. Go ahead, man. If it lets you, I think it should. So here's the one as we are moving right along because we're already 43 minutes. That's what happens when you start talking Star Wars. Perfect Dark got manned up. Should that surprise you? No. Look, it's the chin. They always. I can't again. Fallout. Sorry. They can't help it. They go from having this nice little chin to could take a punch in a ring and not fall down. Like Batman would want this jawline. Look, like seriously, that's a Batwoman.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I don't know. What are you gonna do? I'll play it.
Character creator.
I'll play it.
All
right, let's see. Well, because it'll come to Game Pass probably. Everything comes out for free. I don't even need to. I played it back in the day. I'd still rather play GoldenEye, which is like, you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That's what have you played? Because they have. Yeah, they do. They have the new arcade GoldenEye that came out for a little bit.
I played it when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Blast Cap's not working. Go ahead and I'm sure John can find it and he'll do it when you get a chance. But yeah, all right. Speaking of when you get a chance, turns out making games is hard. Senior writer tempted to boycott Hogwarts Legacy now has her Wonder Woman game in trouble. And the long and short of this is one of the insider was saying this game has been in development for like 4 years, and they're just now hiring like a lead gameplay artist to do it. So I don't know, just like a karma in question type thing, karma in action. Would you want to play a Wonder Woman game before we even have a decent Superman game?
I
was going to use the Nemesis system, like the shit from
Shadows
of War, Shadows of Mordor.
Right? Yeah, that would be fun. But yes, there are other characters. I don't know.
Yeah,
that you should focus on.
I just wanted that damn Superman game that we're not getting anymore. Shout out. Yeah, it was good for a first game. I mean, it has some shallow quest lines. Like it needed more detailing in the like written quest, but for the most part, it wasn't bad. And there you go. Check out a fellow brother Badger, a real one, Blast Cat Badger, doing a reaction to me. That's so weird.
Thank you, John. I was in the process.
Revan, Wonder Woman games during Vietnam Wars. No, I didn't actually say what the setting was going to be. Either way,
World War would be fun.
It was going to be made by Rocksteady, and then they were going to do like in the Arkham world, and then they moved to now they're with James Gunn, and doing a Superman game with him. So,
what was the game that you had that was the most fun? I remember playing. I think it was on Xbox.
Gamer Word, who said you couldn't do reactions to me? I do reactions to people. Who the hell would want to do a reaction to me?
Well, since some people claim that what you do is bullshit anyway, it's funny that people would enjoy doing the same thing to you that you do to other people.
And you know what? Fair play. So nah, bro. If you want to do a reaction
and since
to
we're
one of my
past
videos,
the time, I can curse a little bit.
I've been cursing the whole time.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah. No, look. Some people don't like.
That's fine.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah, some people don't like doing reactions. Look, Tyrone Magnus, several million subs doing reactions. I think as long as it's transformative, as long as you are actually. Thanks again. I thought that reacting was just something anyone could do. Well, it's okay. I guess we'll talk about it then. Yeah, some people find it low rent to do reactions, and it's like it is low rent if all you're doing is playing it and not saying anything. That's basically stealing content. I would never advise doing that. I used to watch Tyrone Magnus do reactions to Drinker or Gary because I find the shit he says funny to like his reactions to their shit funny. And I've seen Drinker with Tyrone on open bar say, I like watching your reactions to my videos. Lets me know when jokes land or don't land. Likes me just so if you do it right, yeah, I think they're fine. So again, if you're gonna react to mine and like actually instead of just play it, yeah, I don't care. Go ahead. You pause, you talk, react over it. Just don't play it. Don't do what they do on like Twitch and shit. And just play the whole thing without saying anything, or go eat a bowl of cereal or whatever the fuck. I also reacted as a Badger to the Drinker, reading to the Acolyte, and then reacted to the other guy. It's Inception, bro. It's fine. And yeah, that's film reviews are basically everything is a reaction. Shockingly, like what the fuck? Like, I'm fine with it. It's surreal and a compliment. Disney Star Wars redefined. This is the thing. We all knew this is the thread. Immaculate Conception. The third episode happened, and Chris Gore was right. This led to a fucking meltdown. I did not think it would. I mean, I knew it would lead to people being upset. I did not think it would lead to something beyond the Last Jedi destruction of Luke. But people do not understand how popular Anakin and the Chosen One prophecy and all that shit is. Dragonwise Badger and Infinity War. Thanos goes to Vormir for the Soul Stone. In the scene, you see a black hole accretion disk, yes, from the planet's surface. Vormir's proximity to a black hole would cause time dilation. True. Black holes do cause time dilation. Is that just like the more you know?
Fucking nerd.
Hey, nerds unite. Nerds unite. Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
The laughing I did when they got to that section of the power of one, the power of two, it's just,
And then the whole like, we're not gonna do the what was their pitch? It was like the Jedi.
I can think of some ways.
The Jedi is just gonna be, they're gonna use their power against you and forcefully and angrily, and then she uses her powers against the kid who was just looking around like an idiot.
Oh, and they totally could have hit their head on the ground. Yeah. So this was the one that pissed me off. I mean, that's why they wrote it like that. But the Acolyte isn't ruining Star Wars. You are. Did a reaction to this. This is just the worst, most like, oh, if you don't like it, you hate all the things. You're scared of all the things. You always hated Star Wars, blah, 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 blah. It's like the worst form of cope meant to piss us off. And it succeeded. It succeeded.
And how is it our fault if we're still watching it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah. The people that they're upset at are actually the ones watching it. And the people that they think this is for are not watching it. And that's just been proven true by the viewing numbers and the hours, minutes watched. Yeah. How this is only going to get the 4th episode ends in like a cliffhanger, I think, like when, everyone's just going to get pushed back by the master. The same type of super force push that we saw Mother Anastasia do. So I think that's the thing. That's the misdirect. They want us to think it's Mother Anastasia, but it's Coral. It's actually Coral. They want us to think it's this.
Yes.
But it's that Zabrak with the horns.
Coral.
So, Coral, did you kill our sisters? Coral, take our kids. Dragon is Velgar. This is one of those things where it's like, it's just the verbiage. Yeah, I guess, because shockingly, I didn't try to fuck all my male companions when I was playing the last Dragon Age, but I guess if I wanted to and I had tried, they would have been down with it, but I didn't. So, but yeah.
The story sounded like it could have gone somewhere else.
All the it's gone.
Yeah.
I'll behave. All
oh
of
my
these,
God.
I know, hold on, I gotta download it. I forgot that you sent that to me earlier. Yeah, all of these are now
fucking Akador. What did he say? I'm giving him, what was the pills called?
Pirin tablets.
Pirin? What the hell are Pirin tablets?
What the heck is aspirin? It's aspirin with the A and the S scraped off. They're like, Genius. What the fuck are they talking about? Sorry, we're talking about the birdcage, of which I had him rip me. My mommy is actually in that one. I'm not going to tell you where, but she's in that movie. She used to be big and famous. Oh my God, in the movies, on screen. All right. So did you watch the trailer that got ratioed? Do you have any interest in this whatsoever?
Oh, I forgot to tell you, your mom messaged me the other day. Did I what?
Like that. Did you have any interest in playing the next Dragon Age?
No, I didn't. Like I told you, I haven't played the last 1 or 2. I don't care.
Yeah, it's a fun one though, isn't it?
But
I think when you just embrace it, when you just embrace that we're in a simulation, and I mean everything, like every retarded shit that happens, from real world politics, Trump, all that weird fun stuff, to pop culture infiltration, to all of our movie franchises, to remember we live in the timeline where Han, Luke, and Leia weren't in a scene together. Once you embrace that level of lunacy, it makes complete sense. Whoever's running this simulation is having a good old fucking time. Inquisition wasn't bad. But yeah, okay. So the next time, I got this one. I'm going to upload it for a Nerd Wars and just play it randomly.
Don't use that tone to me. What tone? That sarcastic, contemptuous tone that means you know everything because you're a man and I know nothing because I'm a woman.
You're not a woman.
Oh, you bastard.
When being gay was fun, instead of filled with that weird shit that we've got going on right now.
I'm never gonna play that game.
I want to watch Birdcage and see if I can find your mother in there somewhere. I don't know what she looks like, but I bet I could find her. Shrapnel, I bet you could. And I advise anyone, if you have not seen, it's a man. No, she's not. She might identify that way. Yeah. Go watch Birdcage. It's on Prime right now. I think, speaking of not great movie, but great man. He's a great man.
Oh my God.
Alec Baldwin's finger. He don't miss. Gifted 20 Angry Badger memberships. Who turned green? Oh shit, who turned green? A bunch of you. Oh, Void, I can't scroll up. Hold on. Yeah. Andrew, Jen, Scully, Tony, Wargan, Warboat Strider, Ben Dover, shout out.
Zuri Johnson.
Yeah. We're getting
Words of Paradise.
Leon. My mom says hi to Hondo. Shout out. Thank you, ABF. Appreciate it, brother. Really do. What I don't appreciate is these bullshit tyrant mobs taking away our throw up emojis. What do you think this is? commie town where we don't have throw up emojis. Yeah. So basically someone put up a furry picture in the Discord and it was not even a bad one. It was just like a normal, you can't be a brand account and you have to have gifted memberships turned on. So good luck. I still can't accept them on my account. So I have to individually buy them.
There.
Bothers me that no one ever explains it. And I was like, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, so basically the same purple squidgen that now is called like a cookie or a kid or some other weird shit, a mouse. They're called a mouse. Going around banning anyone that did the throw up emoji or a downvote or did not say which of the characters was mi mother diaristo, but she's in there. She is on screen. You'd have to find her, not in that scene, but in the movie itself. And I've heard of this. Yeah, I've heard of people say play Earth Defense Force instead of Helldivers. I don't know. I know, Rat, you're resentful that you finally got it.
I'm real salty about it, but you know what?
It.
Thanks for me having a cool computer now.
Yeah. The whole thing is the Birdcage, Robin Williams going. Yeah, the whole thing is that it's got a bad taste in my mouth now, and the community managers aren't helping. And here, when they release that third, by the way, the player count is horrible, so I'm clearly not. Yeah, sorry, it's not that scene, bro. She's just like a background character.
3 people in that scene.
Yeah, no. It's just when they release the third or whatever faction, sure, we'll probably play a game. But like they used to
we'll probably play again.
We played Fallout, you whiny bitch. You get
sorry
laid.
About the
you get
taste
gaming
in your
laid,
mouth.
honey.
You
Listen
come
to,
to bed and play with me.
Call me a selfish lover now. Why don't you? But I tap it. Nah, bro, go ahead and just do it in a couple parts. I'll read it out. You don't have to super chat it. I'm not gonna grift it like a certain someone would. Well, actually, that could apply to several people. Yeah. I don't know. Helldivers shot itself in the foot with that whole fucking thing. Can they revamp themselves? Yes, but you need to fire all those mods. Speaking of revamping, got to get rid of all of them because all this. Jesus Christ! Hold on. Shout out to this guy, Blast Cat Badger, gifting 5. Who got it this time? Trashy Drifter, Comboy, Darth. Oh, we get the Darths in here. Charlie Nuclear. Oh no, he's already going. Dennis. Cost, shout out, brother. Look at you guys. You guys have been incredibly generous. Thank you very much. I appreciate this. Oh, here we go. There you go. Watch that while not throwing up while look at that. So he had to do it himself probably because he was a brand account.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. And I don't know how to change that. And I don't know why that's a thing. Shout out, bro. Appreciate it. You know, we got to stick together as badgers, us non-crazies. Speaking of non-crazy, there's Jinx Monsoon. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? Yeah, they basically admitted that it probably wasn't a good idea to tell us all to F off and to replace us with a mythical modern audience that doesn't exist. Basically said, yeah, we're not, it's, you know, it could be better. But yeah, let's see how he phrased it. Might not be the ratings we'd love. Is how they phrased it. Shout out. Look at that. Look at that. The ability to tank losses is super impressive. Super. We all knew they had money, but we did not realize they just had that much money to just. I don't have the money gun that Erwin has, but yeah, it is ridiculous. And even this slight boost. That was just because it was like, oh, you turn the force gay, like that type of thing. You put a tranny in, you put a crossdresser, and they watched for one episode just to see how bad it was, and then immediately bounced right back out. And yeah, we got to find a clip of her like the singing thing, and hopefully we don't get. I think we could at least get 8 or 9 seconds.
Yeah, I bet you could.
Hey-o. All right, let's moving right along, powering through. I hate the fact that he's done that. He's trained all of us now to say power through. I even did it to someone on the Gooch stream. When you try to say, hey, power through. All right, going right along. Acolyte episode 3. I'm done, and so is Star Wars. And I will say, when I got into, obviously, I'm not going to give away all the juice, but I did ask Drinker, are you really done? Like, are you gonna watch them still, or are you done? So he's still gonna watch them, but this is the one that took the hope. And I gotta tell you, at least for if there was any hope that we might get something from this, this is the one that was like, oh no, we are not, and that we are in the timeline where Han, Luke, and Leia didn't get to a scene together, and we're in the timeline where the thread is Immaculate Conception.
Power of one. Yes. Power of two. The power of many. Yes.
Episode.
It's everything we thought it. Like he's making fun of it, but that's what it was. It was just the shrill screaming. Yeah. Again, impressive that no one stopped. This is sort of what I was trying to get Theory to admit, that like, why did Dave let that happen? He's the creative director. He's supposed to be the one that's in charge of everything. He's supposed to be the one that we've been saying for years. Oh, if only Filoni was in charge of things. He knows he'll give us everything we want. Well, he's been in charge for quite some fucking time. And what have we gotten? Ahsoka, Acolyte. What? Where's the Luke Skywalker show? Where's Heir to the Empire? Where's all the good stuff? No, instead,
you've had your time. They've had their stories.
We've had our representation. Much like the guilty white creators that told all the Japanese people, go fuck yourself. You've had your representation. Go play Ghost of Tsushima. You're getting a black samurai.
Black man.
Yeah, we have had our representation. Go watch Luke or Anakin, bigots. It's time for the Force to be female. The thread to be female. We all type up, bro. It's all right. It was widely used and appropriately used, but the point here is this is just another failure after failure after failure. And how do they keep getting away with it? And yeah, I know I probably should have played that when I said it, but that's what this article basically goes over, is how do they, from every single show to Galactic Star Cruiser to Kenobi, Boba Fett.
You can't keep getting away with it.
I am sort of sad that we didn't get to go to Galactic Star Cruiser, just a meme on it, but what are you going to do? I'm a proud bigot with 2 divorces under my belt. Shout out. I know another proud bigot that has a couple of divorces under their belt. We'll see if they shout out in the chat. I have no divorces under my belt. I almost had one. I almost had one that would have led to a divorce, but thank God that person showed their quality before I was ever dumb enough to sign a contract.
And they got to go enjoy a life possibly better. So congratulations.
I'm sure they're out there with no regrets whatsoever, and they haven't texted me multiple times apologizing for how much they ruined everything. Well, you know what? Wow. Much like Star Wars, some things can't be fixed.
Oh, shit.
But the Force and magic are 2 different things. If you're on crack, no. Yeah, that's a Filoni thing. I'm pretty sure that's what Theory was confusing. Like, I think Filoni did try to say they're 2 different things, but they're not. They're the same. Yeah, shout out. Star Wars fans all around. Oh, and I forgot. Yes, let's not forget this currently fucked up Tiana's Splash Mountain, or Bayou Adventure, now that they're calling it.
Don't dead name.
I did dead name, where they took like 70 animatronic figures, broke them down, recreated 30 crappier ones, and yes, now it is currently and ongoingly crashing. So that Galactic Star Cruiser, a Disney Cruise Line that failed. The failures are endless. And again, what are we doing? Bro, the first time I saw that Jinx Monsoon, I was like, is this Hocus Pocus 3? Huh. Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is a good song, man. I never understood that song till I get older. Then I'm like, oh shit, yes. Great Deadpoolio. If you don't have bad credit and divorce under your belt, you've definitely a GWOT vet. Sure, that's going to be some special thing that you'll expand upon. The divorce is strong in this one. Yeah. Battle for Endor. All right. Let's go.
Well,
moving right along.
I guess the perk about 2 divorces, 50% chance one of them was your fault and the other one wasn't.
You're telling me that even though you are an almost paralyzed, multiphobic personality, your wife did not leave you. You left her because she likes Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond. All right, name it.
What movie?
Yeah. Yep.
What movie? Because that was like a verbatim reading of that line.
Drop it in the chat.
Oh, yeah. The Global War on Terror. Terror. We're on color code red. We're on color code red. Yeah, God. Remember when we were color coding it? That was fun. That was fun. All right. Star Wars The Acolyte audience scores even worse. By the way, it went down and down and down. And I think I actually, let's see. Refresh. Okay. 16%. 16%.
I think we have a better audience score.
This right here, we can do better than this. I'm sure we can get this lower. I don't know what else it's going to take, but
those are rookie numbers in this racket.
No, we can get this lower for sure. Shout out King Bigot himself. This dude, he's on the rise. He's going to the top. Let me tell you something. No, shout out.
Oh no, this was not the right answer, but a good movie nonetheless.
No. By the way, over 100 of those hypnotic casts. It's insane. That's dedication. That's dedication. I mean, this is dedication too to shittery, but that is dedication to the grind, and to the service. Because quite frankly, a lot of those topics with Mercanti and all the other things and the Clipiverse stuff, letting us know what's going on in our corner as well as the larger corner of the internet, which I'm all about. I like it. All right, this is the last video that we did today. It was Gary's reaction to the 3rd episode. And I think most people are going to be checked out after this. I don't think we're going to see many people continue. And then God knows what we have in store for us after the 4th episode.
That's because everyone seems to feel the same way about that episode.
I know. I'm here for it. I'm going to witness.
People who liked it. Right.
Much like the preacher in Kingdom Come with the Spectre taking him around to witness the last days of the DC universe, I will stay to witness the last days of the Star Wars Disney Star Wars universe. Hypnotic, everything is just gravy, brother. It is actually surprisingly well. Everything is destroyed around fire. This is fine. Yeah. This is fine because if you can't get out of it, get into it.
Previously on The Acolyte.
You do not want to go down this road. Because you have been down there, Neil.
And it was the first thing I thought. I'm so glad I think this is Perry Chan, but either way, God bless you for making that connection.
You know that, right?
Frozen meets Kill Bill. I'm curious what that means. Can we elaborate? Are we getting a musical? You're not getting a musical.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
And by the way, that was shout out to Chris Gore for pointing out that's what the intimacy coordinator was for.
So stupid.
A fucking dude ironing his robes, his service robes.
Don't panic. On the belt line of the automatic pipe, there's a hollow tube. Pull it out and blow on.
Is it really you?
Hello, motherfucker. You play with us, Daddy.
I didn't do it.
I don't care.
I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Pocket sand.
That was the one that he didn't do it the first time, and everyone in the comments was like, "Pocket sand, dude. How did you not get that?" Okay, and shout out to the actor who voiced Dale Gribble because he's no longer with us. Fuck, that was a good one. Yeah, if nothing else, it writes itself. The Replicators is that, yeah. By the way, if you never watched SG-1, Jesus Christ, let's all just go into the past and watch SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis, and they're far better. Shout out, Riz. Shout out.
I'm looking forward
to you on Twitter, by the way. I didn't realize you were following me because I'm a Twitter noob and a Discord noob and a boomer.
When you start making videos like that, we're gonna have some fun. When I can Perry Chan you some full video instead of some other shit.
when editors are available with the full quality of that and time, or I can afford to pay.
I'm not saying 3 videos like that a day, because that's not happening on their channel either.
Let me explain to you how that works. I'll never be able to do videos. I think Erwin even said this to you. I'll never be able to do tailored videos the way. That's not what this is. Best I can hope for is to pay someone like Erwin to get my videos edited like Hypnotic with like things inserted. But you're still going to get 3 videos a day. But we'll see. That's far, far in the future. Something, if I was a professional, I would have had it. And I would have said something that the show does not have anymore. So after telling us all, again, shocking coincidence of a lot of these showrunners telling us to fuck off. But Eric Kripke telling us all basically to go fuck off if you don't like his politics. Don't buy his book. Don't watch his show. The Boys will be ending after season 5. And we were just talking about this new one. And I really just see no reason to even watch this season 4, even if, I know, if only we knew an editor. Yeah. He costs money, all right? All the good ones cost the monies. They're worth it, though. So do you have, when was the last episode, season? I think you said season 3?
I was somewhere in season 3. I think I might have finished 3.
I mean, I think it's one of those things that it had the agenda there from the beginning, but it's just gotten more and more. Like, we weren't supposed to like Homelander, but we did, and that pissed him off. And so, he's very upset. And so, Farscape.
Did you see the 2 new characters I told you?
No, it did not.
Firecracker and Sister Sage.
Sounds great. You love Farscape.
One's white, one's black. You tell me which one is which.
Well, there you go. Firecracker's black.
No. Sister Sage.
Sister. Yeah, right. Of course. Sister. All right. I was a video today. Now we just got a couple ones. We got a few. Let's see. Small ones as we wind out. Let's see who else is here, though. Take a minute to look. A living spaceship. Yeah. Moira, I believe, is the name of the ship. Space 1999. Yeah. See, I like The Boys, like the first 2 seasons and like parts of the 3rd, but then Soldier Boy, Jensen Ackles, he was cool. But they definitely went a direction. Like I said, I think he realized, it's like, oh no, like they're liking it. They're not supposed to. I'm supposed to be pissing these people off. Ooh. And so that he doubled down. And so that's why the past Stargate, Farscape, Battlestar Galactica 2004. So funny. And some guy tried to catch me. He was like, I forgot what video it was, but in the comments, he was like, did you like the Telltale Walking Dead? Because that was woke. So if you like that, you like woke. And I was like, just because it has women and black people doesn't make it woke. But again, that's a whole nother distinction that they don't get. If anyone knows anybody interested in building a non-woke gaming company, a Angry Badger is tagged in the executive summary I have so far. Oh, shout out for 5. Shout out.
If anybody would like to use Badger as a voice actor.
Yeah, no, I am available for voice acting. That shout out. We're going to go until the half hour. So like another 15 minutes. And then we will raid Mr. Leon and that Hondo bird. He really wants to be Batman, and everyone wants him to be Batman. And I guess he'd be the right age for it in DCU, but I don't know. Speaking of what I don't know, I did do a video about it, but it is funny. Japanese players, remember when we said that a bunch of guilty white people were telling them that fuck you, you've had enough representation? Well, they didn't like that. Not one bit. So they're getting a lot of pushback from the Japanese, and I for one endorse it. So here we go. Let's see some of these. We fabricated a blank space in history. The old lady in the thumbnail. Yeah, this is just them coping over the fact that they're trying to say it's fictional, but then it isn't. It's like, make up your mind. Is it fictional or is it accurate? Isn't it discrimination that Japanese people are not included in We? UPI is a company that is sensitive to discrimination against black people, but is insensitive to discrimination against Japanese people, because discrimination against Japanese people is a daily occurrence. So you got to love when they play that card against them. I
didn't want to say it, but I thought it.
Beautiful. Yeah. Shout out. Stop by from Open Bar. Best. Thank you, Oddity. Shout out anyone that came by.
Clever girl.
Batman Theory joke. Well, yeah. Shout out. Fucking A. If Leon hits goal, I might get on camera again. Well, you know, he's got that grift down. You know how it goes. Anymore, it seems to be the curse for. Well, I don't know. I still have to wait, and Chris didn't exactly give the best review of the House of the Dragon, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. Let's see what else have you. I know we had Smash JT in here earlier, but this epic saga.
I will say, I think it's fun. The people that just sort of come in and linger, or that they do come in and say something like Smash and Hypno. And I think it's cool as shit because, like, you know, they're big people in the world.
They're big men.
Yeah, I
big
love it.
Man with your fisty down. I'm just assuming. I'm thinking up. Hip's gonna have Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercanti.
Tony Sharp.
Mercanti attempts to explain why she refused multiple fight offers. So yeah, I'm looking into this. Oh, here, let me do it this way.
Oh
so,
shit!
Here is her thing. My face, my likeness, my words, my posts have been making grifters like you and viral money for months. I will not help contribute. Blah 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 blah. So she started it and then backed out of it by saying you're grifting off of me, even though she's been grifting off of us. And thank you, putting me on that list. Got me at least 100 plus subscribers.
Sure.
I know who I've got my money on. I think Gina's busy fighting Disney right now. Shout out. I'll see you over there. I'm not a YouTube rage peddler. Vara has already been using me to make money and get views. So yeah, she basically just tried to back out by saying, yeah, she's a grifter and I don't want it, even though, you know, pot, kettle, things like that. Badger, did you see? Daily Wire also said something, but I think they were both wrong because Gina was like, nothing's been decided yet. I still don't think we've gotten the exact word, but maybe this is one of those no news is good news type of things. Okay, so we got this one. We're getting a Blue Beetle sequel in the DCU, but it's animated. So this to me is sort of a cop-out because he said like, oh yeah, you'll see him again. And it's like, well, here you go. We're seeing her again, or we're seeing him again, but it's going to be an animation. So I don't. Did you watch the first one?
I did watch the movie.
Did you enjoy it?
Let me say, like, on a scale.
Sorry, we need to talk about it. Sorry, yeah.
I enjoyed it, but not enough to say like you should do more. And I guarantee you, it probably won't be. I didn't read the article. It probably won't be the same actors. So you're going to get an even lesser, and in an animated form, it's not worth it. Focus your money on something else.
I mean, the director and screenwriter are coming back, though. And he did say that, you know, same people would play the same people in animation if they could. But yeah, dude is probably busy with diversity. Blythe, that's why. Dude is probably busy with Cobra Kai. And yeah, I'm actually at least looking forward to Cobra Kai.
Yeah. In 2 parts to finish up.
Dear God, hope they don't ruin that. Terry Metalis, who I know he's working on that Silver Surfer. Not Silver. I just want to see Silver Surfer. White Vision, which is a bit on the nose. They might want to change that name for some reason. But he's also doing this, which I thought. Did you ever see this movie with Dennis Quaid?
No.
And this is where they're like, it's been done several times, you know, like homages. But like basically they're enemy soldiers that crash on the same planet and then have to survive together. And it's a mindfuck. Pretty good though. So Terry Metalis is going to be, because we only do remakes and sequels and things like that. So yeah, the only reason I care is because it's Terry Metalis, and he proved like, look, if you can take Picard, as horrible as it was, get to that 3rd season and make it decent. Hell, I'm even looking forward to the White Vision show just because of this dude. See what producing one quality thing makes you, gives you a little bit of clout. And then I hope so. I don't know. Cobra Kai. You're all cut up on Cobra Kai, right?
Yeah.
It's good.
And it is good. I do enjoy it.
All right.
You know.
We will close out on this article that I thought was hilarious. Always like when you see a little bit of self-awareness in Hollywood. That is with Russell Crowe saying actors expecting comic book movies to be life-changing events are here for the wrong reasons. These are jobs. Here's your role. Play the role. And this is one of those. Is like, yeah, bro, please. If only they had more of these. But here, let's see real quick. Enemy Mine was rather interesting, especially when Gossett's character. But yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Louis Gossett Jr. plays a character who's well, sort of a. By the way, how dare you? You spoiled it for everyone. But yeah, no, there's totally like a gendery. Yeah. You raid whenever you want.
Did they dock or did they pull on a string?
They buy generated.
And then does the child come out with horns now?
Yes, no, it was just, God, I'll see how they explain that. So basically this was all about the Madam Web and everything Dakota Johnson was saying. And so he just said, I don't want to make any comments to what anybody else might have said or what their experience is, but you're bringing out the impish quality of my humor. You're telling me you signed up for a Marvel movie and some fucking universe of cartoon characters and you didn't get enough pathos. Not quite sure how I can make this better for you. It's a gigantic machine and they make movies at a certain size. He asserted, and I've experienced that on the DC side with Man of Steel, Zack Snyder, and I've experienced on the Marvel side via Disney with Thor, Love and Thunder, and I've also experienced it with Sony's Dark Universe and with Kraven the Hunter. Jesus Christ, he's experienced like 4 times over. These are jobs. Here's your role, play the role. If you're expecting this to be some kind of life-changing event, I just think you're here for the wrong reasons. And that's probably the best thing you could say to anyone coming into that world. He did go on to say that, yeah, she probably some shitty shoots, but for the most part, don't go expecting too great of a thing if you're coming to do any of these movies.
Oh,
yeah. Hell, Uncle Eyebrow.
What was it? Was it Xbox or was it 360? It was 360.
Superman solo video game.
Because this was the
Superman. Superman Returns on 360 was good.
Yeah,
like it was good gameplay. There just wasn't anything to do in it. Like the boss fight sucked. But it was fun to fly around the city. Yeah, no, we were supposed to get that Superman game with Rocksteady in the Arkham universe, and then it got changed into Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, and the team that was doing that Superman game went off to be with James Gunn in his new game studio that he's starting. That's what we say. All these game studios we love, bro, they all left. They're all the main people that were good at these studios are gone. BioWare gone. Yeah, I know. So yeah, try and find that Superman Returns game. How's your video coming, Rat?
Like I said, it's all done. I just still haven't done the audio. I'm not sure if I want to use this microphone or if I want to use my DJI mic. I might set them both up and just pick whichever one sounds better.
Yeah, by the way, that Nintendo 64 Superman is notoriously one of the worst Superman games. Like it's on a list somewhere for sure. You name names about it. Oh no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most of the good OGs from almost all of the studios have left. They formed their own things, and now it's just whoever's left and all the new Tumblr hires. All right. Oh yeah, you have an outro. Oh, so proud, so proud. I always forget that we have it. Let's do it.
Dr. Leo Laring.
Get out. No, we won't get out. We won't. You deserve it. I mean, get out. Get out!
Is it something I said?
You've ruined my life! You've ruined my career! You've ruined my book! You've turned a perfectly peaceful house into an insane asylum! Get out!
Daddy! My God, Leo, what's gotten into you?
It was a disaster, Faye!
No, it wasn't. You were wonderful, sweetie. Fine, Dad. Yeah. Why'd you need to kick Bob out of the house?
You think he's gone? He's not gone! That's the whole point! He's never gone!
Is this some radical new therapy?
You see?
Shout out, everyone.